healthcare reform this secretly in front of the Senate. You know, the president famously last week said that he thought that the House version was mean. He wanted heart in the Senate version. This is all happening behind closed doors. There's a lot of hand-wringing among senators. Some senators don't even know what's happening there. The president really wants to get some stuff done, right? Where are we on that? And what do you make of this idea that the president wants more?
I think that he does not want to be running in 2020 and doesn't want to see his party running in 2018 with a health care bill that forced millions of people to lose their health insurance, which if you agree, if you believe in the CBO's estimate on the House bill, 23 million people would lose their health insurance. He doesn't want to see that, and he doesn't buy into sort of some of these Republican ideologies about healthcare of, personal responsibility and, your neighbor shouldn't be paying for your healthcare and free markets. He's not really a fundamentalist, free market type of Republican. So I think, he would like to see something where, you're more sort of toward universal health care. He doesn't want anyone to lose coverage. He wants to see more people get coverage. And he's not comfortable with telling his base, well, you lost your insurance because of me, but don't worry, we're going to make a free market system that'll lower it in the long run and people will take more personal responsibility.
I mean, Trump supporters would be disproportionately affected by what we saw in that House bill. There's no question, and clearly the president knows
that. But as to the process, a snarky John McCain blasted the secretive process the Republicans have used, David. And Mike Lee, maybe even more interestingly, on Facebook, the conservative senator Mike Lee said, I haven't seen it either. He's one of the people supposed to be on this committee writing this very bill. Where are we headed with the bill that Republicans are supposed to get a glimpse at tomorrow?
Well, look, the bill will be unveiled, and they'll start to try and hash out a deal to try and get to where they actually have the votes to pass this thing. And we'll see how successful Senate Republicans are in doing this. Look, I think the important thing to understand with the president is that he just wants to sign anything that'll get to his desk. And he preferably would like people to like it. What we haven't seen so far is the president willing to take ownership of the process and use the bully pulpit to tell people what they should like about it. And so I found this whole exercise about the president doesn't want it to be mean and he wants it to have heart to be a whole lot of semantics. I mean, if the president believes in the bill, as president, what he should do is go out there and tell Americans why they should believe in the bill, why it's going to fix an Obamacare system that does have a lot of trouble and does need to be fixed. Yeah. Most of the president's base doesn't like Obamacare. They don't necessarily realize that a lot of things they like about Obamacare are Obamacare. But that gives the president an opportunity to tell them why this is going to be better. And what Republicans on the Hill have to do is try and put together a bill that once it starts to be implemented, people are going to like. What Democrats found over the past 7-8 years is as they were implementing Obamacare, a lot of people were unhappy. Notwithstanding where we are today, where the law is a lot more popular than it's ever been, ironically,
right.
When they implemented Obamacare and people lost doctors and they lost plans, they didn't much care about the pre-existing conditions, protections, and everything else. They were upset at the bill, and it never caught on.
Shannon, quickly, yesterday the House Speaker stood in front of the National Association of Manufacturers and said that there's time right now for transformational tax reform once in a generation. He can get it done. They can get it done by the end of the year. Do you think he can do it? Was that a pep talk or was that reality?
I think it depends on what happens with healthcare in the next few weeks. If they can get healthcare off the table, get something passed, get the party to come together, I think they do have a realistic chance. If healthcare drags into September, past the August recess, I think tax reform gets incredibly difficult to get done this year.
All right. I know I've been hearing people talk about tax cuts and tax cuts for business and doing the middle class piece later. And it sounds like Paul Ryan is focusing right back in on, no, we're talking about tax reform, everybody. The real big deal. Let's do that.
All right, Shannon, David, we'll talk to you in about 20 minutes. Thank you.